Okay, this is the Gunk series. The site is a Homer Cocktail 4. I have music sites. I have a comedy site at Homer Cocktail 6. Creative Commons site, Homer Cocktail 8. You check those out if you want. You know, if you don't like the chats and stuff. This is me clearing some cobwebs out of my head. This whole Gunk thing started when I was in the middle of an errand. I was moving folders that were outside the gate because there was construction going on. They're widening the street, and they're going to take the boulders if they weren't brought in, and they could be used for decorative reasons, like defining the car path or whatever. So anyhow, I started talking about this stretch of time, this horrific era. If I ever had to write an autobiography, a pure autobiography of my life, I would call the time between early '99 and autumn of 2001, around the time Twin Towers fall, the surrealistic period of my life. It just, everything seems surreal. And it started, like I said, early '99. I got arrested for trying to get my own truck out of an impound yard. It was parked down grade. It had run out of gas, so there's no way I could start it up and push it out of the yard, even though I paid a guy in the lot, an assistant there, an extra $5 to do so. The lot was going to close in 15 minutes. There's no time for me to run to the gas station to get gas. There's a gas can 20 yards from us. The owner wouldn't let me buy gas. And what they try to do is what's called an exculpatory clause, where someone makes up a rule on the spot that, hey, if you can't get your truck off of impound even though I paid for it, well, we get to keep it another day. That's bullshit. So anyway, the cops came. I thought they're gonna side with me without even asking my side of the story. The head officer, the one in charge there's many cars deployed, which surprised me. Automatically accused me of being on speed. Never done speed in my life. Told me I was going to be in a jail for 60 days. And it began this period which was zany, very zany. The semester before, I was supposed to graduate from one of the Claremont colleges. My life was looking rosy. My mom had moved back to Southern California from Northern California that year. And in the autumn, she was in a community hospital in San Bernardino with tubes down her throat because she had emphysema. She eventually passed away in the autumn of 2002. So it was very emotional. I was getting in disputes with my dad. Here, the family owns land. I'm the trustee, which includes this parcel and a couple of pieces elsewhere. And this place was just for me to survive during college. And it was supposed to be no more than 2-3 years that I was supposed to be staying here, and went up for a few years. And he had his words were very supportive, but he's called the college I went to Pisser. And I think on purpose too. It's called Pitzer, not that it matters. And I laugh at him. He's a union electrician, and always giving these anecdotes about, a lot of guys in the union and gone to those fancy 4-year schools and then wind up with us. And I think he felt insulted that I was going to graduate. I really do. And the reason is that as soon as I found out that I have enough units now to graduate, a few days ago, we got another argument. Started off was supposed to be a celebration, then it turned into an argument. In the middle of it, you can check out funny arguments or funny argument at my Homer Cocktail 2 site. In the middle of it, he says, you go ahead and get your bachelor's degree, but you're out of the inheritance. Which says to me that he's trying to keep me like a pet or a slave or something. And there was innuendos made right before I was supposed to graduate. He's always trying to stick on put strings attached and high pressure situation. And he talked about it because he was in the military, about subsistence living, and trying to make people agree to shit that they don't want to agree to, which I didn't agree to this, but he always had dreams of putting the house here on this lot. And if I graduated from Pittsburgh, just like now, I'm not going to stick around in the area. I'm going to go to a place that's that needs ecologist. But he says, right before I'm graduating, and since I'm pulling the strings, you're not pulling the strings, first of all. You're going to pay for the house that's going to go here, and, he had his motivations or whatever. Wound up getting a little dispute right along this area physically, because I have a trailer there, learned how to play guitar there and all. He wouldn't try to physically remove me. He said he was going to drag me around the property. Start a tribunal. His word was tribunal. And he was going to be, with other people try to be judge, jury, executioner and all. So this gunk series is just get those cobwebs out of my mind. And I started talking about a professor that was an advisor. It was similar in a lot of ways. I started off environmental studies early on when I went to the Claremont colleges. I had one person recommend neurobiology. They have different fields, but I figure there's a lot of pollution. People need clean air, clean water. Let's do the ecology thing. So anyhow, this professor took the stand against me in autumn of 2000. And like I said, a lot of freaky shit started happening in the early 99. I was supposed to graduate in fall of 98. And it felt like there's just these obstacles. And I'll tell you the truth. To a lot of people out there that just don't know it. The tough part, a lot of times, is not in the head, believe it or not. These expensive private schools. It's your social circumstance. If you have people that don't want you to graduate, you can feel it usually. And I've fallen out with different buddies. A lot of these people have been supportive many years, and then all of a sudden, bam! They're making fun of my involvement with United Farm Workers. They're making fun of that I went on a Venezuela trip and some other things. A couple of my buddies, at least, went to Chicago with one of them, and we had a falling out. We'd never really argued before that trip to Chicago, and we came back not talking to each other. But that's the way it goes, and that trip should have been the funnest trip ever. Eddie Vedder, for Pearl Jam. Not that he's anything, but he sang the national anthem in the Cubs game. We went to the House of Blues. We went to the Sears Tower. But we could have went to the Cubs game. Could have went and saw Springer. Metallica was playing that summer, and that was the guy's favorite band at the time. Could have watched Metallica down there. I talk about financial difficulties. That's probably my worst year as far as financial difficulties. Strung things out to the very end, and barely. I went 1 week too late to get extra staff or loan money. That would help things. I applied for an internship with Getty, and made the final 6. And once again, I'm gonna miss talking about the professor, so I'll do another gunk piece about how I've been involved in the ecology center. He used to call me friend. He didn't call me Eddie. That's my real name. This Homer Cocktails, my internet persona, and play guitar. It's Homer Cocktail, whatever. But he used to call a lot of people that friends. But I'll go ahead and do another one of these gunk pieces, and I'll try to hit that one. Okay.